Farming in the Burren has traditionally focused on animal rearing, with cattle, sheep and goats grazing on the rich herb grasses of the fertile rock. Our virtual Slow Food Festival will showcase the rich flavours of the local produce, brought to life by the people who have nurtured and enriched the Burren.
Welcome back to the Burren Slow Food Festival 2021. I'm here at Doolin Cave on the Wild Atlantic Way, home to the Great Stalactite and also home to Wild at the Cave. Today I'm joined by Siobhan Ghairbhith from St. Tola Goat's Cheese and also by Ryan Fitzpatrick of Wild at the Cave. Now this is an interesting partnership because Siobhan and St. Tola Goat's Cheese have been in business for more than 20 years, whereas Ryan and Wild at the Cave are still in their first year of operation. So I'm really interested to explore the emerging partnership here. But before I do that, Ryan, would you tell us a little bit about your startup journey?
So after returning home from the States, I decided to set up a catering company. I seen a niche in the market and we have been doing lots of different food offerings and stuff like that and working with loads of local producers. And then the opportunity came along for our Wild at the Cave.
Brilliant. Well, I wish you every success with that. Siobhan, you've been journeying, I suppose, a longer time and you've become one of Ireland's leading artisan producers and an award-winning cheese product.
I've been producing St. Tola just outside Ennistimon for over 20 years, but it's been great working in this area because there's new businesses starting up all the time, which keeps it very interesting and motivational to stay working.
Yeah, and very fresh. So tell us a little bit, Ryan, about how the relationship started between St. Tola and Wild at the Cave.
So my relationship started from a young age as a young chef, using her products in nearly every restaurant or hotel I ever worked in. So when I opened up Wild at the Cave and the catering company, it was when I actually got to meet all the producers. So from St. Tola Goat's Cheese and Siobhan to numerous other ones in the Burren.
And where I came across Ryan, first of all, I suppose really was on social media, because that's where all young people and young producers are nowadays, and that I've been dragged kicking and screaming into it. So it seemed like, a perfect opportunity to work with Ryan, him being so new to business and me being a little bit more mature in it, to work and collaborate together.
Absolutely, and that's so interesting, Siobhan. Ryan mentioned there about, St. Tola having been on the menus of every place he's worked. That's when you start working with a new chef and they're trying to incorporate your product in the menu. How does that actually play out, that whole process?
I suppose both the chef and myself come with different ideas, but usually I take the lead from the chef themselves because they are very creative. As I say, I focus on the creativity of producing our range of St. Tola cheeses, and then the chef comes with his ideas, and for the most part I am in awe of what they say. Rarely do I disagree, but young chefs like Ryan are so creative and are so focused on doing something that is very fresh and new and attractive to their customers.
Yeah, so you've kind of benefits on both sides, Ryan. You have the value of all the experience, and then you have all that, I suppose, innovative thinking and new creativity that Siobhan's referring to there.
So working with a supplier that has been in the business for so long and has such a wide range of products, you kind of have endless recipe ideas for menus and stuff like that. So throughout the years, you have seen the new products come along, and you're able to, obviously the food changes, so you can move along with different dishes and stuff like that. So it's just endless really of what you can do.
Yeah, a really creative process. I know that you're both members of the Burren Ecotourism Network, and through that the Burren Food Trail, and you're part of, I suppose, an overall movement of collaboration here in the Burren. As a start-up business, Ryan, how has that helped?
It's helped immensely. From St. Tola Goat's Cheese to Hazelwood Bakery and Eva Hagerty. We have, through all of the kind of menus and different things we've done over the past couple of months, using the network has been amazing. It's been really, really good. Definitely as a new startup company, it was brilliant. Really, really good, because you meet a lot of younger people my age, but then you have all of the long-standing members who have all of the knowledge and all of the kind of contacts, which is brilliant.
And Siobhan, I know you've been in the network, I suppose, nearly 10 years at this stage. The partnership, that business-to-business collaboration and working with your peers in a relatively small area like this, how's that been for you?
Well, it has been very enjoyable and very successful, not just personally, but from a business point of view too. It makes great sense. I was involved and still am involved in the slow food movement with over 10 years. And it has the same basic ethos as the Burren Ecotourism Network and the Burren Food Trail, which is basically promoting and collaborating and working with producers to make sure that what they're creating continues to be available in a market that sees more and more food being imported and globalisation. And just from the network's point of view, being a member, it keeps one like myself in business over 20 years very invigorated, because the creativity that is among the members gives huge opportunities, not just in creating new dishes and new products, but also from a PR point of view to get the word out there on a joint forum to the bigger community nationally and internationally, of course, through the network.
Yeah, that seems to have worked really, really well for the Burren Food Trail and of course the Burren Ecotourism Network. Ryan, that ethos that Siobhan is referring to there, that's kind of central to the Ecotourism Network and also central to the slow food movement, do you find that really influences how you work with suppliers, how you choose suppliers, all that kind of thing?
Definitely. Like looking for suppliers, you just want to use, obviously, well, for me, mainly is local. And then you go to like the quality of the product. And with nearly all of the suppliers around here, the quality is second to none. I've traveled all around the world and worked in lots of different kitchens, and moving back here to Doolin and Burren has been amazing. Like, you have endless products, and I think the best of products.
I see you've prepared a lovely dish for us there, and I know Siobhan and myself are looking forward to trying it out. Can you tell us what you have there and a little bit about the ingredients and the flavours we can expect?
So we have a whipped St. Tola goat cheese with some salt-baked beetroot, pickled beetroot, blood orange and some hazelnuts.
I'm going to have a taste here now. Delicious. This is sustainability on a plate, which is so important to the network and to the Burren Food Trail, with having your local beetroot, local hazelnuts, along with our whipped St. Tola cheese. Delicious, Ryan. Well done.
And that's the real genius there, Ryan, isn't it? To get the place onto the plate like that?
Yeah, for sure. And like you can see, it's just simple. Like a bit of cream, some of the goat cheese, and then everything else. We grow some of the beetroots in the garden, and then our herbs as well. But it's just simple. There's 3 or 4 ingredients on there, and that's all you need to do. When the product is that good, you have to do very little with it.
Yeah, and Siobhan, do you want to just say a little bit more? When you said there, you kind of just said it as you were enjoying the dish there, sustainability on a plate.
Yeah, it's so important, especially for the Burren Ecotourism Network, and I think it's the way we have to go from a tourism and from a production, from a farmer's point of view. And we are so lucky here in the Burren region to have such a range of products that grow naturally and that grow in season. And then we have chefs like Ryan here, who actually bring out seasonal menus that very much reflect the food that is grown and created here in the region. And that is something that will be there for the future, and not just for us to enjoy now, which I'm very much enjoying here tasting this dish, but also for future generations. Because it is so sustainable, all the products we have used, and very much reflecting the provenance of the area with the hazelnuts, the beetroot, the St. Tola, and of course your local herbs.
It's lovely listening to you both there. It's like there's just so many positive benefits for both of you and then the wider region, and of course obviously the people are enjoying the food as well.
Yes, it's very much about collaboration and networking. For me, it's the most enjoyable part of St. Tola business. It's about keeping me motivated and meeting new people, whether they be young like Ryan or more mature people, and just keeping the creative juices and dishes flowing, really.
Siobhan, St. Tola goat's cheese is really a chef's favourite. You notice it on menus right around the country. What is it about the cheese or its flavours that chefs love so much?
I would say first and foremost it's very much unique in its presentation, but also in its taste and flavours. So it's very much a natural cheese where we use no additives or preservatives except a small amount of salt. So physically it's very recognisable from its natural geotrichum rind. comes from the original St. Tola log. And then over the years we have developed a whole range of products because I don't like to stay static for too long, and it's good to evolve and create new products like our St. Tola ash log, and then our new Greek style cheese in oil, because always working with chefs who are such creative people themselves and who are always creating new menus. It's important that I'm creating new cheeses for them, like our St. Tola fresh curd that is just so ideal for the recipe that Ryan has here.
And you can see like there's a lot of products. Out of each one you can get so many dishes, so it's endless. And then it's more so just the quality. The quality of the product is just amazing. As I said, using it down through the years, it just goes to show how good it is. It doesn't matter from a little cafe like this to a 5-star hotel anywhere. You can't really beat the quality.
And I love that I can get it as well in retail, Siobhan. Another thing I love is being able to visit St. Tola Goat Farm. You've really managed to open up that source of the food to the visitor. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, opening up the farm for visitors has always been important to us because I never wanted St. Tola cheese just to be available in high-end restaurants. It was important that it's available for everybody, not just in retail, as you mentioned, Tina, but also we love welcoming visitors here on the farm. Our goats, both old and young, get really excited like we do when visitors come, and the sense of joy that people get when they actually get onto the farm and get to play with our goat is fantastic. It's something we take for granted, but it's surprising the amount of people who actually don't get onto farms nowadays, and we so much welcome tourists of all shapes, size and makes to come and visit us here at St. Tola.
Siobhan and Ryan, I've really enjoyed chatting to you both, and thank you so much for making the time. It's been lovely to hear about the momentum you're building up as you work together here at Wild at the Cave. And I hope you've enjoyed being part of the conversation today, which is part of the Burren Slow Food Festival 2021. And I really hope you can join me for more conversations in this series. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye from Doolin Cave here in the Burren Cliffs of Moher Geopark. And I'm really thrilled to introduce local Burren musician and member of Riverdance, Tara Howley, who's here with her dad, Padraig, to play us out from the Wild Atlantic Way.